and welcome to Savagely Delightful, a podcast exposing the schadenfreude nature in all of us. Each week, your co-hosts John and Christy will be coming at you with different stories of people making the kind of dumb mistakes that we all just love to hear about. And we're back.
Hey everyone, I'm John.
And I'm Christy.
And welcome back to Savagely Delightful.
Episode 14.
1-4. We've been at this for about 11 weeks now?
Yeah, I guess that'd be right, because we dropped 3 at the beginning, so yeah.
To give you guys some content.
Math.
Yeah, that.
Not my strong suit.
No. Leave that to me, babe.
Right, for sure.
So, you ready to just hop into today's stories?
Yeah, we don't really have any updates, guys, because we are trying to somewhat stockpile some episodes so that as we get closer to the wedding, we can still release content and not have any lag in this just because of personal lives.
Yeah.
Hey.
Trying to help you guys out by helping ourselves out.
Right. So, extra stress right now, but we're handling it and it's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. You ready to make us laugh, though?
I am. So, for my first story, it was submitted by Honestly IDK.
Same. I don't fucking know either.
And she writes, for context, I live in Germany and work in a supermarket where I can ship packages on my own.
Ooh.
As I was rushing into work yesterday, I threw the package that I wanted to return and ship back to the clothing company in China in the closet for clothes, and because I didn't have time to search for a free locker, I threw my wallet into the package, which was still open, by the way.
Okay.
Of course, I would remember that I put my wallet there, right?
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, at the end of my shift, right before closing, I got the package and wrapped it with tape for 5 minutes because the package was so huge.
Jesus.
I scanned it.
Ain't nobody getting in that package.
Nope. I scanned it, put the stickers on, and threw it in the littlest closet we have where the real post office people would pick it up tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I went home, didn't think anything about it, and just enjoyed the rest of my evening when suddenly I remembered my wallet was still in the package.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Yes, I really fucked up. The store was already closed, so I texted my coworker, which had the opening shift, and luckily she read it in the morning. Luckily, because the postman arrived shortly after to pick up the packages.
Oh my gosh.
And saved my ass by taking the package out of the closet and left it for me to finally get my wallet back.
Thank God.
Well, that's how my wallet nearly ended up 7,000 kilometers away from me. Jesus.
What a mess.
And I know that, there are some people who are, always losing their belongings, the phone, wallet, keys, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I've never heard of somebody almost shipping their wallet to China.
Yeah, that would be rough, too. You would totally just have to count that as a loss if it did ship out and just start from scratch.
You're screwed at that point.
Yeah.
Christy is always forgetting, where she puts her phone.
Ugh,
and
yeah.
I'm always forgetting where I park the car.
Yeah. Together we make it happen. But hey, guys, it's rough sometimes.
But at least we know it's, somewhere in the general vicinity.
Right.
So, you don't have to worry about it going to a different continent.
Well, and my thing, too, with my phone, is that normally, just because I don't want it going off all the time at work and stuff, and the sound just annoys me sometimes, I normally always have my phone on silent.
Yes, true.
So anytime that I lose my phone, it is a pure scavenger hunt to find it. And now I have an Apple Watch where you can ping it, but I still forget that that's even an option all the time until John finally reminds me, hey, you can just ping it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Always looking for it.
Right, I know. It's a constant battle.
So there's actually another podcast that Christy and I listen to all the time called And That's Why We Drink, and they're super hilarious.
Yeah, love them. Hi guys.
Hey. I was thinking, I remembered one of their stories that one of the hosts, Christine, told, where she had went to a bar and, like, lost literally everything in her purse. Like, her driver's license was, like, under some random person's table, and then her social security card was, like, at the bar for some reason.
Yeah.
And, like, just everything was in different, completely different sections of the entire bar. And, like, that's probably, like, the worst case that I've ever heard, other than almost giving it to China.
Yeah, and to, like, you wouldn't even know where to get it from at that point, or where to really start looking for it.
Well, maybe the tracking number.
Yeah, but I mean, still, once it got to its destination, who knows?
Yeah, that'd have been SOL.
Right? But that actually also reminds me of one year, this was like years ago when I still lived at home with my family. I have a sister, and she is terrible at wrapping Christmas gifts. And so one year, she was wrapping gifts like the night before Christmas, and she had wrapped a present, and then after she wrapped it, realized that she had wrapped her phone inside the present.
Oh my God.
And since she's so bad at wrapping presents and hates it so much, she just left it in there.
Let me guess, she was wrapping it the day of, so when they opened it, she could just get it back.
Wait, what?
She probably wrapped it like the day of it was going to be opened.
Like I said, she wrapped it the night before.
Oh, so she just left her phone in there all night?
Yeah, she just left her phone in there because she was like, I am not fucking wrapping this again. Like, she hates wrapping presents.
That's
and
awesome.
So, yeah, she just left it in there. And then the next morning, like Christmas morning, she tells me and like my mom and dad that she had wrapped her phone in the present and like we should open that present so that she can get her phone back out. But of course, like just taunting her, that is the very last present that was unwrapped. And we definitely messaged everybody on Facebook and we're like, just blow her phone up. It'll make her crazy.
That's awesome.
Right?
You guys are evil.
Right? So that definitely reminds me of that too.
So, you ready for your first story, babe?
Yes, I am. Okay, so our next story that was sent in says, I had a nice day today, was ambling home from work, good word, ambling, love it, when I noticed the neighborhood cat I always say hi to was sitting in her driveway. I assume it's hers, I've only ever seen her there.
Sup, cat?
Sup, cat? What a great end to a nice day. I go over and holding my bags in my elbow, I bend over to pet her. She's being super vocal today, so I started meowing back at her as she walks back and forth, headbutting my hand. That is until somebody clears their throat behind me because I'm standing on the sidewalk and they need to get around me. How fucking weird did I look?
Yeah.
Bent down with my butt in the air, meowing to a cat that I just realized they couldn't see because my bags were obscuring it.
He was meowing at the sidewalk.
I had to assume that person noticed the cat as they walked past, but my God, I must have looked like an actual freak. That being said, I'm never going to say hi to her again when I see her. Which, like, that's so sad. It's not the kitty's fault.
That's bullshit.
Don't punish the kitty cat for it.
Also, don't lie to yourself. You know you will.
Yeah, right? For real. But, like, yeah, you would have been down for real to, like, pet the cat or whatever, and some random person just seeing a lady bent over meowing. That would be the weirdest sight if you didn't know why.
You could assume.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's also, like, people like us that would see somebody like that and be like, oh, there must be a cat, and then, like, want to join in.
Yeah.
We're like, where's the cat? We'll pet it, too.
And then there's 3 people meowing at the sidewalk.
Right? We're right there with you. But that was that story. John, you ready for your next?
Yes, I am. This one was submitted by Sway1141.
Hi, Sway.
What's up, Sway? And she says, so this is necessary information.
Okay.
I work for an elementary school in my area and have for a while, but just this week started a different position in the school.
Okay.
I was always a lunch monitor anyways, but now I do both.
Okay. I assume promotion. I like it. Good job.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Working hard.
Now, I love it. I do. However, it's somewhat taxing mentally. Plus, it's the first week back after March break, and we didn't have school yesterday. This week is just a jumbled mess in my head.
Okay.
Understandable. Since I'm already there on Thursdays and Fridays, I walk my cousin's child home. Since those days they are a bit later getting home from work, this is also a relatively new arrangement. We've only been doing it for a few weeks, which is super sweet of you.
Right? Super nice. Working as a family. I like it.
As my family likes to say, it takes a village.
It really does.
So she continues, today I forgot it was Thursday. The woman who normally drives me had let me know she needed to stay a bit late. Also forgetting that I don't drive with her 2 days. So that at the end of the day, I found my son, told him I would be late, but dad's home, etc. I hung out with one of the younger kids I don't see anymore and his mom on the playground. Then I decided to go for a quick walk to have a smoke. I set off. It's probably been about 15 minutes since the bell. I'm walking, thinking about what I need at the grocery store since it's payday, and I realize it's payday. Payday is Thursday. Sorry for the dogs.
Girls, quit. We're recording.
It's payday. Payday is Thursday. Thursday, I need to walk a child home.
Oh, God.
I turn around and run, like full-on panicked sprint back to the school. I'm almost to the door when the secretary comes out, right? Now, I'm not overly fit. I'm skinny, but I smoke a pack a day, and I don't do a whole lot after work. So by the time I get there, I can't breathe, and I'm pretty sure I looked insane. I said to the secretary, is so-and-so in there? She looks, very alarmed. Who? I tell her, sure, now that the child has been stolen. The secretary, no. Why? Who's looking for them? Me. I walked them home. I forgot them. Wait, the secretary, they were absent today. So-and-so from teacher's class? Are you sure? Yes, calm down. I'm sure. It's okay. Me. I monitor that class. I knew they weren't here.
Oh my gosh.
The secretary busts out laughing, probably wondering why they've promoted this lunatic, assures me that she knows it's been a stressful week for me and everything's okay. The child has not been stolen. Bless her.
But, better to think that you forgot the child than not even think about it and actually forgetting the child.
Listen to this.
Okay.
Even though you had a little brain fart, that is the exact teacher's aide that I want our future's kid to be in that class.
Oh, absolutely.
It might have slipped her brain at first, but she went full mama bear to make sure that kid was safe.
Yeah.
That's what I like. That's some hustle. That's the shit we need to see.
Yeah.
And most likely, it was just some kind of subconscious slip. She noticed that the kid wasn't there subconsciously and then didn't have to worry about it the rest of the day. But then consciously made the connection of Thursdays and walking the kid home and freaked out for a hard second.
Yeah.
Which is fine in my book.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you'd freak out and go balls to the wall and then find out everything was all right, then vice versa.
Absolutely.
So,
but what if it's a Matrix moment and they're like, that child's never existed?
That's not Matrix. That's
Madagascar.
What? What? No.
The penguins of Madagascar.
Oh my god.
You didn't see anything.
Every time I think of those penguins, I think of my dad because he loves those penguins.
God, they crack me up.
Rightfully so. Those penguins are fucking awesome.
Yeah. They were the stars of the show for sure. Right?
So great. But yeah, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because I'm sure every parent's gone through some kind of weird freak out like that.
Yeah.
But you had the gall to sprint back and make sure they were good there. So you're all good in my book.
Yeah, absolutely. Better to freak out than not even think of it and it be the opposite. So, A+. Not a fuck up. Not a mistake. Love it.
Yep. You ready?
I am. Okay. So my second story is by Professional Fortune 5.
What a name.
Right? And he says, this fuck up was during my second year of university.
That's when they happen.
We had been assigned something. What are you doing?
I don't know. It was dumb and I liked it.
Okay. We had been assigned something the faculty called a long essay, which was basically a shorter form of dissertation. I spent days and weeks researching and lovingly crafting this essay until the day before submission, where I stayed up most of the night adding the finishing touches. Back in those days, 2010, online submission wasn't allowed. You had to go to the faculty and hand in a physical version. There were also strict rules about how it had to look, how it should be compiled, etc.
Yeah, like most essays.
Yeah. So I printed mine, which, like, nowadays does suck, because when you do turn it in, they can check that stuff, not just by visuals.
What do you mean?
To, like, make sure that you have the right font and the right this and that.
Oh, yeah.
But, okay, so anyways. So I printed mine off the morning of submission, single-sided as ordered, and went to add the one staple in the top left corner that was permitted. Which, like, once again, I'll add that, like, it sucks that back in the day you had to physically turn in this stuff to faculty. Like, there are the pros and cons of it for sure.
I was going to say, I actually think it was better.
Well, you and I kind of disagree on that.
Yeah.
Because with me, I did most of my education online.
Mm-hmm.
And just being able to do it online and, like, some of the classes at my own pace and everything made it so much more attainable than it would have been to be in a, like, physically in their class.
See, I'm the exact opposite, to where I think that physical papers and being in a physical class is better because it puts more, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say, like, responsibility or, like, more pressure, because, like, you can't just wait until the last minute on your computer and submit it at 11:59 that night. You have to do it, like, literally in class, and if you don't get it done the night before when you actually have the time, then you can't wait till the last minute. And so it puts more responsibility or pressure on that person to do it within the time frame.
I mean, I get that, but you're still going to have people that procrastinate no matter what form it's in.
I know.
But I don't know. I just...
Personal preference.
Yeah,
That's
definitely. There's just differences, but I think it's great that there is the online option now where people that do work during the day that can't go into class during the day have the option to still get their education and not have to worry about it.
Definitely. The option for online education is amazing for the people who really need it.
Yeah. And, like, that's what I was trying to point out.
Yeah.
Like, the classes that I suck at, aka math, those I always try to take in class because I fucking need it. But other than that, like, online was definitely the way for me because I've always had to work full time. But jumping back into his story, he says, my stapler wasn't strong enough to punch through all of the pages from his dissertation.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right? No worries, I thought. I still have a bit of time before the deadline. I will just go down to the faculty and ask them what to do, since I was sure this wasn't the first time that this must have happened to somebody. So I toddled down there, but found a long queue of other students waiting, essays in hand to submit them. Sighing, I joined the back of the queue, which slowly made its way forward until, nervously glancing at my watch, I made it to the submission office.
This is the bad part of physical essays. Waiting in line.
Oh, yeah,
instead
absolutely.
Instead of just submitting them.
And, like, side note, he has written this story so well and, like, grammatically correct. Like, props. Kudos. Loving it. But, like, it also kind of throws me off when I've 2 glasses of wine deep.
Hey.
Anyways. He says, "Excuse me," I asked politely. "Would you happen to have a stapler available that I could use for this?" I smiled an embarrassed smile. The lady behind the desk looked at me in a slightly similar way to the look that you would give gum that you just found at the bottom of your shoe.
Ew.
Right? She grunted, rose from her chair, and left the office. Puzzled, I followed.
Like it's not her job.
Right? Like, you were just the most annoying person ever for trying to submit your paper like you should. Anywho.
Another pro for online learning.
Right, for sure. Not having to deal with these people. Okay, she led me into a small room with a number of machines around the walls. There, she indicated with a sweep of the hand that seemed to indicate one machine in the corner. She left. I went over to the machine. I remember my exact thought at this time was, this looks remarkably like a shredder. But my sleep-deprived brain was in a trusting mood, and there was a symbol of a staple on it, albeit a symbol with a big red X over it.
Oh, man.
Although I wasn't about to let that stop me. So, assuming that this was some kind of fancy electronic stapler, I gently slide my essay top first into the slot on top of the machine. Obviously, the shredder, for that is what it was, neatly disintegrated my cherished work in 2 seconds. I stood there for what must have been a minute or so, completely dumbfounded.
Jaw wide open.
Right, as to what just happened. My brain functions have slowed entirely. Eventually, though, I slowly turned and left the room. The queue was still outside in the corridor, and a friend of mine was about halfway along, ready to hand her essay in. She said, "What's the matter?" Very concerned, because apparently my face had gone white as a sheet.
Just shredded my paper.
Literally, that is his next words, is, "I've just shredded my essay," I said, matter-of-factly. Then the reality struck me that I had just fed my magnum opus into a shredder, and I said again, "I've shredded my essay," in a blind panic as I ran down the corridor.
You can't do shit about that. You can't.
Luckily, I managed to sprint faster than Usain Bolt back to my room, reprint the essay, run it back, find a more kindly person to show me the actual stapler, and submit it with about 5 minutes to spare.
Damn.
5 minutes.
That's awesome.
After a while, I found the whole thing hilariously funny and would tell the story often. Unfortunately, I would find that often the story had preceded me throughout the university and would often hear delighted cries of, "Oh, you're that guy," from people I started telling the tale to.
That is awesome. That's a true Schadenfreude story.
Right?
That's perfect.
Which, like, yeah, that sucks so much that you are now known for shredding your paper instead of, like, having it turned in just normal. But, like, I would really like to hope and think that your professor would understand if you were like, "Hey, I just shredded my paper. Can I just go print it out again real quickly?" Like, even if it was just past the time a little bit or whatever.
I really hope and pray that the woman or person that showed you where the quote-unquote stapler was knew that it was a shredder.
Yeah, like, watch this shit.
About to fuck this dude's night up. Right there.
I'll teach you for asking me that.
Yeah, what a bitch.
But, like, other option, you could bring your professor.
There you go.
All of the shredded bits.
Yeah.
Say that it is a puzzle to challenge their mind, as this paper has challenged yours.
Awesome.
Boom, mic drop.
Yep. F.
Right?
You just get an F, that's it.
Right? They're like, no, not happening.
I mean, imagine a professor having to read all those different papers, and then some asshole kid walks out and goes, "For the law, here's this confetti.
For the law."
Have yourself a good night, sir.
They're just swimming in shards of paper all of a sudden.
F. No getting over that.
All right. That is great, though.
So, for my last story for the episode, it was submitted by Great Sirius.
Great Sirius.
And he writes, "Last night, my fiance and I ordered some food to bring the night into a close.
Okay.
It was warm and all was well. I figured maybe, hey, I'll try to end up with some sexy time by making a funny juvenile joke. Or so I thought.
Oh, God.
She asked for the pickle She asked for her pickle, and I handed it to her and made some stupid joke like, that's a pretty large pickle, but not as big as blah, 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 blah. And make a gesture with a pickle of my very own.
Your very own.
During this...
You like that relish, baby?
During this debacle, I somehow answer my mother's video call on Facebook.
No.
We recently got a puppy, so she's been obsessed with video calling me. I hear a woman's voice coming from my pocket and stupidly pull it out thinking I accidentally left a video on.
As you got your pickle out.
Instead, I hear my very own mom shrieking and laughing.
Oh, yeah.
I was mortified and dying of embarrassment. She tried to make a joke about it not being a big deal, but that only made it worse.
Shots fired, yeah.
So yeah, thinking of how I can forever avoid my mom now that she's seen my adult pickle and heard my stupid joke.
Oh my god. You just nix her out of your life completely.
Yeah.
Like, well, that one's done.
No, but look. Dumb and immature comments with your fiance are literally the bread and butter of having a great relationship.
We live by that.
It's so much fun just to be dumb and let loose with your significant other. And trust me, I know. I'm a fucking joke when I'm just hanging out with Christy.
Right.
Which is luckily has been every day for the almost past 4 years now.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. But yeah, that's amazing. As for your mom...
Probably wasn't the greatest day of her life.
At least it made her laugh.
Right.
I mean, that's all you can hope for. She'll get over it eventually.
Yeah, maybe she's proud of your dill pickle.
But I think she drew the short straw on that one.
Right.
I think she's a little more upset about it than you.
Well, who knows? She might be laughing to her friends like, guess what I did the other day?
No.
No?
Probably not. I just saw my son's dick. No, you don't want to say that. That can be taken away out of context.
I mean, she was already laughing about it, so I can't help but to think that she would still find it funny later on with her friends and stuff. But
from what it sounds like, she would have like a fun personality about it.
Right.
From the joke she made. So yeah, you're probably all good, but man, that would be that's cringy.
Sucks for you, but hilarious for her.
But yeah, don't stop making dumb jokes because it's one of the best parts.
I mean, plus, she's your mom. She's seen your pickle before.
Yeah, but not as an adult. It's a little different.
No, I get that. I'm just saying, like, to a mom, it's probably not a big deal
Yeah, probably not. She was wiping your ass when you were younger.
Right, you're exactly. She's like, you've literally peed in my mouth before. It's fine.
Whoa.
I feel like that happens a lot more often than not with babies.
I think that's quite often.
It scares me a lot that might happen.
Let's ask my sister tomorrow because I don't think that happens.
Snorted. God bless it, I'm embarrassing.
No, you're not, baby. You're awesome.
Lauren, are you out there?
Just read your story.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna regain my composure. Okay.
I love you.
Okay, we're back to serious.
Sorry, yeah.
As serious as we can be during this. Okay, so my third story is from an anonymous source because they say it keeps it intriguing. So
all right.
We're gonna go with that. They say, so this happened today. I was feeling a bit sore and tender and decided a massage was the best course of action.
Always.
Right? Sounds nice. Love it. Self-care. I did some research and found a place just outside my local shopping center that had some good reviews from ladies and gentlemen. So I drove to the place and asked for a 1-hour full body massage.
Okay.
Everything was going good until she got me to lay on my back so that she could massage my front.
Okay.
She started with my chest and then down to my tummy, putting different pressures on different areas of my insides.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I let out a loud fart as she pushed in a certain area. She pushed again and another fart came out.
Nice.
This happened 5 times.
Oh my god.
As she was pissing herself laughing the whole time. She said her record was 2 farts.
Damn.
I guess at least she got her PB, which I assume is personal best.
Yeah.
Count up, and I can never go back to that shop ever again.
I mean, honestly, your body needs to let that shit out.
Right, and that's what I was thinking. Like, she really worked that shit right out of you.
Literally. Hey.
Did you shit the table too?
No.
But like the embarrassment would hurt a lot more than the passing of gas, which I'm sure felt really nice.
What I've known about massages is that it's not just for muscle tension. It actually gets out toxins in your body.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
like breaks up lactic acids, and
gas apparently.
Yeah, and gas. Yeah, unblocks things that were blocked, which is awesome. It's what it's meant for. But yeah, I mean, even if it happens to them all the time, it's probably something they never get used to and still find funny.
But like, I feel like that's a good sign that they were a good massage therapist or whatever. So like, you should still go back.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's better to be known for something than not known at all.
known for giving you farts.
Hey, it's whatever.
Right, it's still working it out. But like, John and I have gotten like a few couples massages together, just like here and there every once in a while if we're just like super stressed out or something. And I really enjoy them a lot. But one time we went, and oddly enough, the guy did my massage and a lady did his, which like, that's fine, whatever. But what grossed me out was the man pushing his arm along my back and me just feeling his arm hairs oily rubbing across my back. Which like just goes to prove that even though massages can be so relaxing and nice, they're still just awkward. Mm-hmm. They can be so awkward sometimes.
They can be.
Yeah.
Not usually, but they can be.
Well, yeah. There's just always, like, something that can, like, almost completely ruin it. Don't get me wrong. That weird arm hair along my back did not ruin it for me, but I will never forget it. That is for sure.
And the bad part with me is that I am ticklish to the, like, nth degree.
Yeah.
I am extremely ticklish for some reason. And so whenever I get a massage, I actually have to warn the masseuse, hey, I am ticklish, and I will, like, tense here or there, but don't stop, because I'll just have to mentally fight it.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of how I am, too, with, massages and pedicures, because my feet are so ticklish that I cannot be held liable if I kick you in the face. Like, I'm not going to hear from it. So, yeah, anytime that we get massages, too, I always let them know. I'm like, just don't even touch my feet if you don't want to, because risky things happen.
I found a trick for massaging Christy's feet. I just took an old beer bottle and used that to rub the bottom of it.
Oddly works.
Simple fix.
Fucking amazing. Only this guy, guys.
Hey.
But I think that is our episodes.
Yep.
Stories. John, do you have anything to add? Or anything?
I'm just saying thank you, everyone, for listening. Also, if you like podcasts, hopefully you do because you're listening, go check out And That's Why We Drink. They're amazing, and they make us laugh a lot.
Yep, that was one of the first podcasts, actually, that I started listening to when I got into podcasts.
And she actually introduced me into podcasts, and then the first one was And That's Why We Drink. And so it was my first one, too.
But yeah, so you might just enjoy them just for an overview of what they are, though.
Yeah.
Just instead of throwing it out there. There's Em and Christine are the hosts. Em tells like a ghost or like folk tale, something like that kind of story. And then Christine tells a true crime story. Mm-hmm. But they do it with like drinks and laughing, and like it's not super dark in the depths or anything. No. But just another one to check out if you want. If you liked this episode or any of other episodes, if you could please like this, share this, give it a rating, whatever platform you're on. Yeah, it helps a lot. So I think that is it, though. If you have any stories that you want to submit, please send them to savagellydelightful@gmail.com, and we would love to hear them and then possibly feature them on one of our future episodes.
Yep, that'd be great.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right.
We love you.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. So, you may have made a mistake today, but at least you didn't mess up as badly as the people we discussed. And if you did, we'd love to hear about it, and we may even feature your story on an upcoming episode. You can find us online at www.savagelydelightful.buzzsprout.com, on Twitter at savage_delight, and on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Savagely Delightful. If you like what you heard today and want to show your support, please consider donating to us on Patreon at patreon.com/savagelydelightful. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future episode releases, and please consider leaving a review so it's easier for others to find our podcast.